I'm cooking huge meatballs today in my air fryer in the most amazing marinara sauce. I can't wait for dinner. Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Oh my goodness, it's so windy today in Worcestershire. We've got about 32 miles an hour winds. In certain coastal areas of the UK, there's about 95 miles an hour. So I'm grateful. The chickens, they're safe and sound, all cozy in their house. But as I stand here, I can sense the wind getting slightly stronger. So I'm gonna make a dash for the kitchen because I'm cooking the most amazing meatballs today. Oh, goodness gracious me, I'm certainly not hanging around to see which way the wind blows today. So here are the ingredients for these amazing meatballs. A pan of pork and beef, minced or ground, depending on where you live. A couple of cups of chopped onion with some chopped green and red pepper. That's optional, by the way, it's entirely up to you. Then I'm going to need some parmigiano, some breadcrumbs, some pepper, Italian herbs, onion powder, a couple of beaten eggs. I've got some minced garlic, about 3 teaspoons. And then I'm going to need some wonderful chopped fresh basil, some tomato paste, a fair quantity of canned chopped tomatoes, tomato pulp, or even chopped fresh tomatoes, some olive oil, and some salt and pepper. The ingredients are listed below. Click where it says more, just below the picture here. Right then, I want to get cracking. I've got a lot of balls to make. I'm feeding quite a few people today, and I'm making the meatballs in the air fryer. I'm quite excited. So in with the ground beef and minced pork, or ground pork and minced beef, whichever way. Then follow up with the Italian herbs, some salt and pepper, some onion powder, wonderful Parmesan cheese, fresh chopped basil, a couple of teaspoons of minced garlic, very important, a cup of finely chopped onions. And I want to give it a mix first before we add the egg and the crumbs. A good mix, a good minute or two mixing through. Okay, once we've done that, let's add the breadcrumbs. You can use brown, white, whole wheat, panko, anything you want. And then in with a couple of beaten eggs. I've got 2 large eggs there, by the way. Now another couple of minutes mixing with your hands. Squelch, squelch. I think that's the word that describes the sound that the meatballs are making. Then I've got my half cup measure to scoop out my meatball mixture. And I'm going to make a dozen. And I think each meatball is 4 ounces. So £1/4 pound meatballs. So obviously it's up to you if you serve 1 or 2, but they're going to go in the air fryer now. There they are, 12 beautiful meatballs. In the air fryer they go. So as I'm cooking a dozen meatballs, these are going to take 25 minutes on around 200 degrees centigrade, flipping them halfway. But it's worth pointing out that some air fryers aren't as powerful, some are more powerful. So you may have to tinker around with the times. And it also depends on how many meatballs you're cooking. I bought this air fryer from Amazon. The link will be below in the description. It's a beauty. I got it during Black Friday week, so it was a bargain too. Anyway, let's crack on. Let's get the sauce on the go, shall we? In my pan, I've got about 3 tablespoons of olive oil. Good olive oil, extra virgin if possible. In with the onions and the garlic. I love that sizzle sound. Stir those round for about 3 minutes until they start to soften. Now I'm going to throw in my optional chopped bell peppers. These don't have to go in if you don't fancy it or you don't have them. I'm going to cook those for a further 5 minutes until they change colour. Right, in with the tomato paste, and I'm going to try and separate that and get some heat into my tomato paste. And once I've managed to get that stirred round the pan, I'm going to throw in this vast quantity of canned tomatoes. I'm using 3 cans of tomatoes here. You can use half and half. Obviously wash the jug out to get those last little bits. Half and half you can use, half fresh, half canned. It's entirely up to you. I believe the best brand out there, in my experience, is Muti. But obviously, let's face it, you may not have Muti in your cupboard. Use whatever you have by you. What's important is that they're quite They're quite chopped up and blended before you put them in the pan. Once they're in there, I'm going to simmer them for about 15 to 20 minutes. What that's going to do is take away the surplus juice, the surplus liquid from the tomatoes, and it's going to become thick and glossy. I'm then adding some salt, pepper and sugar. About a teaspoon of each, I think I'm adding. It may actually be half teaspoon of each. Oh my God, I'm getting things wrong today. But you can see the presentation. You can see the appearance of the sauce that I'm trying to achieve. We want to get all that surplus water out. We want to achieve a lovely, thick, glossy, velvety marinara sauce. That's exactly what I want. Nice and thick and wonderfully chunky. The sauce on its own will suit me, frankly, with a piece of bread. Let's get those meatballs out of the air fryer. And they've got a lovely brown crust on them, which is exactly what I want. Now, very quickly, I'm going to pop the meatballs back into the sauce and just give them about 5 minutes. I just want to make sure they all get covered before I give them a little bit of time just to soak in. So once they're in that sauce, I'm going to pop my lid on and just simmer them away on a very low heat for 5 minutes. And then they're ready. Oh my God, here they are. I've got a bed of spaghetti that I've just tossed in a bit of sauce. And please, don't tell me how many meatballs are in the dish. I know. But I got a bit carried away. Yes, I know they're 4-ounce meatballs. I know that makes me out to be a greedy so-and-so. But look at that. How about that? The parmesan's going on. And the spaghetti's there. It reminds me of a scene from Lady and the Tramp, although the meatballs are a lot bigger. I'm putting a bit of chopped up basil on there as well. Absolutely wonderful, incredibly satisfying. I strongly urge you to have a lovely glass of red Chianti with this. These are my air fryer meatballs in marinara sauce on a fabulous bed of spaghetti. And don't forget, everyone, if you haven't subscribed, please do so. Please click that like button. It's huge for us. And share with your friends. Tell everybody about the food revolution with Chef Archie Pine. I'll see you guys soon. I'm starving.